Let me go ahead and that's why our team have conversations all the time. Should we pre-record and all of that kind of stuff? But I love going live because it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
These moments are what they are, and so I kind of love it. So that's why I like going live, because you never know what to expect, and what I was just talking about. Sometimes you just got to learn how to love and laugh, and so it's like, okay, we dropped out, we coming back in, and I see folk are coming back in. Text, tag, and tell them to come on back into the space. They are all coming back into the space as we speak. See, that's a beautiful thing. See how back in the day I'd have been mad, panicking, and everything. But man, life
is what it is.
Everything had to be excellent.
Yes. Yes. No, you ain't never lied about that. I used to be a trip. But when it came to that, I did. I wanted perfection. And I just, you just learn over time, man. Nobody is perfect. And some of the greatest moments come, when you're just being you, when you're just when you're just able to move and navigate, even, through the hiccups of life, right? And you just learn how to laugh at yourself and not take yourself so serious all the time. And I just think that's just a beautiful and wonderful thing. I see everybody is coming back into the space. So what was I saying before that happened?
You were talking about the ice cream in your belly.
Yeah. So I was trying to get some ice cream, and I see a preacher, and I just say hello. You know what I mean? It's not Sunday. Right. I think it was like Friday. And it's like hello, and instead of, I'm expecting a hello back, or how you doing, and he's like trying to do right in a no good in a no good world or something like that. I'm like, I almost cussed. I ain't gonna lie, because I was just like,
bruh,
Shauna, I told you.
I'm trying to be. I'm serious. I mean, I'm serious. I was just like, really? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like I'm just saying hi. I wasn't trying to have Bible study right then. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes we don't. We miss moments like that because we think that in every context, everybody wants to hear that. And sometimes we miss people because we don't meet them where they are. You know what I mean? Maybe we could have got to a conversation about talking about that, but immediately I'm here with my wife, we're having ice cream. I'm not having Bible study right now. You know what I mean? How are you doing? I don't, and it was, and I was just like, huh? You know what I mean? And I just turned and looked at my wife, and we both just kind of like laughed about it, and I was just like, yeah, I almost said something, but I was just like, really, dude, it's not that serious.
It becomes like a character.
Yeah.
People don't even want to see you coming. Like, oh, here we go.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
No, it's funny you say that, bro, because that's something I don't like either. Like you said, you see someone and this first thing they'll say, blessed and highly flavored. I'm like, no, I just want to hear you're good.
Yeah.
You don't have to, every time it's like, how you doing? Oh, Lord, just mess, and it's like, okay, I get it. You are in church, but you don't have to hit me with the scriptures just to, for us to be on the level, so now you make me feel like I don't even want to speak to you because I'm going to come to get a word from you like that,
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes that becomes a barrier for us to grow together in Christ.
Right.
Because sometimes when you do that, you're putting yourself on, like on this high plateau. I may want to have that conversation, but first I want to connect with you. It's kind of what James says, right? James says, without faith, without works, your works is tied into your faith. And he goes on to say something, I can't really give you if you are hungry, I can't really give you the gospel if I don't first feed you because if your stomach is growling, you won't be able to hear anything that I'm saying, right? And I believe that to be true with relationships, right? And so if I just come, this churchism stuff without really having a commitment to see where you're starving and where you're hungry and try to meet you there, right? Through communicating, through connection, then I'll never be able to get you per se to him, right? To the Lord, because I haven't taken enough time to see where your heart is, what you're dealing with, what you're going through. I'm just immediately trying to, get you to the kingdom. You understand what I'm saying? Today, right? And we all know it don't even happen like that. We all know it don't even happen like that, right? And I think that's what leads to our pharisaical attitudes, our judgmental attitudes, because we believe we have to be like that. We believe that people have to walk in perfection, failing to realize that he is the only one who is perfected. And if we have any level of perfection, it's because of him and not because of us. Would you all agree with that? Sonia, what would you say to that? What would you say to that?
I totally agree with that. You don't want it to be where it's a persona. It's not a performance when you are interacting with people. If you never soften and just be who you are, you can't pull anyone to you. And you cut valuable years off. You cut time off of that person because you have a charge. If this is who you are and it's in you, you have a charge to whomever you come in contact with. Yeah. You coming in as a character, don't nobody want to hear that, man. Yeah. Don't nobody want to hear that.
Yeah, I would agree. Sister Scott, I feel you on that. Sister Scott, what you say to that? Yeah.
I agree 100% because like one morning I had text Shakira and I just said good morning and started in on her. Then I said, oh, wait a minute. I didn't say nothing spiritual. I'm sorry. I would say something spiritual every day. So
yeah. And sometimes if we're not careful, that becomes such a burden. Sometimes that becomes such a burden where we will begin to put on and play and not be authentic, right? And so I think the challenges of growing in the things of God and growing with one another is being able to cry when I need to cry, being able to celebrate when I need to celebrate, being angry sometimes, but not sinning, but sometimes there's some things that get me upset, some things that work my nerves, that challenge my peace. You understand what I'm saying?
And I just talking about me, Reverend Wade.
And I just can't, and I just can't always. And I just can't always come into the space and act like that's not true. You know what I mean? Whether we're talking about, I know Tashana is big on this, whether we're talking about police brutality or any of those things, when we see some of those things challenge our resolve to turn the other cheek. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And being authentic about that and talking about that, I think is wonderful for growth in the things of God. Yes, we have things that pain us. Yes. And to just simply come, I love what Bishop Selder said the other night. He was like, today I'm saying this, but talk to me tomorrow because I may feel a different way, right? And I just thought that was so rich and so authentic because that's how it is, right? Because sometimes in the moment, I'm like challenged to smile. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is why oftentimes I'll say, take that 24 hours, right? Anybody feel anything about that 24 hours? Yes. Anybody want to talk about that? Because I know
I would love to talk about that 24 hours. And that is something that we have, you taught me and my husband that when we went for counseling. And that is something that we didn't walk away from anything else from that. That's one thing that we have walked away with. It's like, because I am quick to be like, ugh, you know what I mean? And then my head is like, give it 24 hours, we can sleep on it. And then, it's like, okay, let's talk about it later, because you do have a different demeanor when you do kind of sleep on it or take that ride or whatever, and then you come back into the space and like, okay, you know what? Now we can actually have a good conversation without having to really hurt one another, because when you are mad, you will just say anything, and you really can't take it back, because that's something that still sticks in your head. That you can say sorry you want to, but at the end of the day, you say sorry and you're like, but that's in your head what you said when you were mad.
True. That's true. And that's why it's in building relationships, it's like understanding that, right? It's like understanding that okay, they're having a moment, and being okay with people having a moment, and then finding space to come back and push into that place of healing, right? And that's where I think the authentic relationships are like that. Sister Verlin is here, and I'm reminded of a moment in ministry. Y'all know about this, Sister Verlin. We talk about it all the time. She'll remember. And I remember we were building. And I'm the type of person, I really try to tap into what God is saying and doing, in that space. And sometimes it's not always traditional, or okay, we plan to do that, but I just sent something right here. We're gonna do something different, right, in the moment. And we done all that planning. And I remember she was trying to help the church. She had baked all these baked goods, and I was like, just give it all away. And I had to learn in that moment, but Sister Vernon was hot. And I was like, and my initial response was like, man, ain't nothing but some cakes and some pies. You know what I mean? That's how I was thinking. But I didn't think about all of the hard work, right?
Yes.
That she had put into that, all of the hard work, all of the planning. She wanted to make an impact and bless our ministry and everything like that. And I sensed that it was the right move, because it was. But I didn't think about, in terms of relationship, all of the energy that she had put into it. You know what I mean? And so we laugh about it now, but I remember she was hot. I was like, well, she that mad. It's just cakes and cookies and pies and everything. You know what I mean?
You done been in the kitchen for 3 days.
Yeah.
She was on fire. Girl was on fire.
And I learned through that, and I learned through that, man. People put in their energy, and they put in their time, and they want to be a blessing, and you have to respect that in terms of the relationships at a minimum. And what I love about that moment, because we were building authentic relationships, we were able to have a conversation around it. And me and Sister Verlin, I mean, we are just so good. You know what I mean? Just so good, coming out of that. But there have been other times with other people where it just everything just fell apart, because they didn't understand, this is what happens in building relationships. There are misunderstandings, but if we can find a place to get to a place of healing, then we can move forward. Right? Would you all agree with that?
Right.
Yes,
absolutely.
Most definitely.
Yeah, and so I want to pivot a little bit. Because I started my intro talking about how I wanted to. I was saying to my wife, I was like, I'm tired of not being invited to the cookout and to the party, whatever, all of that kind of stuff. And so we had launched that program, Tag Us in your social media, because we really, prior to pandemic, was really pushing this whole social media thing, right? We were talking about going viral. We weren't saying it, but we were really putting things in motion to kind of create spaces like this, right? And so I would pop on, working on the car, whatever, me and Deacon Doss, whatever like that. But then Tashana, I felt like Tashana was really like the first person to me who kind of got it. You know what I mean? And so she would pop in live.
Crazy.
I don't know what it is, but I don't know what it is. But when Tashana goes live, I tap in. I just love it, because there would be days when I would be going through something or just the stress of ministry and I mean, my schedule is just so busy, right? And then she would just pop on live, and she in the car, and she just banging out some of that old school music, and it would just put me in a mood. I was like, man, life is good. You know? I mean, Tashana, I don't know if I ever told you, but really, I mean, those lives that you have shared, allowing me into your life, you and your husband just sitting around the fire pit and everything like that. I mean, those have been such a blessing to me because they have like centered me and helped me to realize in moments of stress what's really important and what's really valuable. And so, I mean, I just felt like you kind of got that, you know what I mean? And I don't know if you got it, but it was just like, see, this is what I'm talking about. In spaces where people are so phony, it was just like, I'm in my car, I'm feeling this music. I think other people will too. Yeah. You bobbing your head and everything like that. And I'm like, because I like music. I don't just like church music, y'all. Right. I like all types of music.
That's right.
And,
hey, Rev, I realized you like music. Now, when you put out the Bone Crusher, I said, what you know about Bone? Okay, I see you, Rev. I see you.
Yeah. And I was just, and so that was just like so. So wonderful to me just to be able to, experience that and see that and seeing people take a hold of that, because in you doing it, it gives other people liberty to do it if they so choose, again, without judgment. And we never know, the impact, that comes about as a result of us just being authentic in a moment. And I want to thank you because, like I said, some of those moments were just so authentic and so wonderful. And like I said, I could be having a down day, and then you would just pop on, and then that energy from the video or whatever, and I would just be like, man, I feel better now. I feel all right now.
You got me blushing over here, Rev. I'm on.
I'm telling. I mean, that's just the power of that. I mean, that's just the.
She really is a bright light.
Yeah.
Really is a bright light. Yeah. Whatever room she steps in, she lights that room up. She really is. So that's her.
Yeah. I mean, really. And it's just, and I was just like, yeah, that's just wonderful. And now I see like Duchess calling my wife and them talking and them laughing. And that's just, it's just such a beautiful thing to me. I mean, let's hear your thoughts on that, in terms of, really being authentic in your moment and sharing. And I know Sonia has a podcast and everything where she's being transparent and shining your light and everything like that. Let me ask you that, Sonia, what has it been? Has it been refreshing, just grabbing the mic and just speaking your truth? You know what I mean?
Rev, I'm terrified.
Penelope is dope. Penelope is dope.
You remember the name? Oh.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, I'm just so afraid. Like, I don't know what it is. I can't get over that hump. And so when you are doing Wade's Word of the Day and you're talking about fear and you're talking about, hello, fear, I showed up, and I get excited. And then as soon as it's over, I'm like, nope. So I'm still trying to work through that fear thing. And these two, my best cheerleaders right here, like Tashana is absolutely my best friend. And then there's my crazy mother. And, they're super encouraging, but I don't know where that light switch is to just let go and let him go ahead and do what he wants to do through me. And I think that's just some learned behaviors. You have to be a certain way. And I don't want to be what I was. That doesn't serve me anymore. Penelope is who I really am. Like, let's just talk it out. You know what I'm saying? But I got to navigate through that. I don't know. But yes, season 2 is coming. I got a nice new theme song my little cousin put together. Season 2 is coming. All
right. Yeah.
Thank you for even mentioning that.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking. I mean, like, that's what I'm just trying to say. Like, those moments of growth, right? And so when I was like, check this out, Rev, and then I was like, yo, Penelope is dope. And I was like, that just because what it spoke to me was growth, because I've seen the transition and the maturation, and then just you know, to your earlier point, just seeing you express yourself and being open to, you know, to share your thoughts and your passions, and what you're feeling, you know, to a wider audience, to me was just refreshing, because I know there have been moments when you would try to keep that, you know, behind the curtain and so forth and so on. And so to see you declare not only to yourself, but then to others, Penelope is dope. I was like, Penelope is dope. You know what I mean? And so that was just you know, that just made my day. And so again, that's just a moment where I'm thankful about being authentic, right? And building, and that you shared that with me, right? Because you could have been doing it, sharing it with Tashana and Duchess and others. And then, Pastor Wade out here in the cold, I don't even know. I don't even see that growth that's taking place. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, Pastor, check this out. I was like,
yeah, I really wanted you to bless it. And so you said, well, the text that you sent me back after you listened to it, because I know your schedule is tight. I know that your schedule is busy. So even the text that you sent back, I still have it in my phone. I saved that. But you saying that tonight, that just gives me another little push to keep on going. See, I got a little chill bump. Okay.
That's my baby.
Plug this phone up. Y'all know I don't never have my phone charged up.
So ladies, I'm gonna give y'all, you know, we've been here about close to 50 minutes. I know how it is, you know, being in this space. So I try to get out right around this time. We got a little song we're gonna play at the end. I'm gonna get out the way. I'm gonna let y'all hear it, and then I'll come back, you know, and close this out. But I want to give y'all space, maybe take a minute, right? And to the people, you know, that are watching, who are checking in, you know, because I do believe that this is a space of healing, right? And just speak to those individuals, you know, right where you are, right what you're feeling right now, why it really is important to build relationships outside of, you know, Sunday. Can y'all just speak to that? Duchess, I'll let you go first.
All right. I used to be a standoffish person. And then when you started doing the word of the day, and the different people was coming in and you were saying, welcoming them, like Audrey. It seems like I've been knowing Audrey all my life. Yeah. You know what I mean? We always saying hi and everything. And the new friends that I got on Facebook and everything, I'm just loving this. You know, I know eventually we'll all get together again, but just to be able to say hello to everybody when we come on Word of the Day, and I just can't wait till Saturday when we go picnicking. I can't wait for the barbecue. You know, it's awesome. I love it. I love it. I just been blessed. I'm blessed.
You said something. I'm going to get to the other ladies, but I always, when I hear something, I don't want it to go over. You know, I want people to get it right. And you said something. You said, you know, being in this space. You use Audrey as an example. If you're not tapped in, you won't know that the partnership or the people who are connected to Long Hill Bible Church has extended beyond what it used to be. You'll still be operating in an old frame of thought, old ways of thinking, but the experience of Wade's Word of the Day afforded you an opportunity to tap in with people that are across the country that you never thought that you would tap into. And build authentic. You said that. You said, man, I feel like I've known Audrey all of my life. And that experience has come out of just coming into a space, finding healing together, and then cultivating and building relationships, right?
Right.
Yeah. Right. So I want to say that to all of the folk who are locally, who only show up on Sunday. See, that's my pastoring coming out, right? Who only show up on Sunday. There is something wonderful and marvelous that happens Monday through Friday that helps to build these authentic relationships, right? All right. Tashana, you go ahead, talk to the people.
Like you said, like coming into the space, and even like I don't know Shakira, but it's so funny that I feel like I know her. I'm like, oh, that's my homegirl, because like just, you know, just checking in and, you know, just saying hello to one another, and then you're following that person and you're seeing, you're like, okay, you know, she's real good people. You know what I mean? I love her energy. I'm like, okay, I feel like I just need a hug from her because, you know, like I just feel like I'm like this close to her and not haven't even actually met her in person yet. Yeah, but it feels like I have, and just able to kind of just click in with everyone to say, you know, just a little just good evening to everyone. That is something that I definitely love because I am a social butterfly. I love to talk to everybody. So with that, I can talk to everybody. You know what I mean? But I
never met a stranger.
And I can't help it, you know? So it's like, I just love that energy of just seeing different people. And even though you may not see them in person, but you're able to kind of get a feel of who they are. And it does seem like it's real. You know what I mean? So I definitely do love that. But I know one thing. Kenny probably be mad at you, but I will definitely go on live a little bit more. And being live, because he be saying, oh, you go live. I'm going to continue to keep on being loud. I'll be like, well, Rev said I could. Rev condoned it, so we can do it.
I know, look, I know that's right. Because sometimes I'll say that to Shakira. I'll be like, Shakira, get off Facebook. But then when I look at some of the things, it just makes me laugh. And so I don't even trip. It's just like it is what it is. And I realize something, you know what, if you're being authentic, if you're not doing things that would hurt people, where you're really trying to add value to people's life, I just believe it's a wonderful thing. Some people see it otherwise, but it is refreshing if you're down and then Tashana pops in and you and Kenny just chilling. You know what I mean? And I'm like, babe, come here. I want to just chill like that. You know what I mean? And I just love that, you know, or the music or whatever. I just love that. Sony, go ahead.
Wait, what's the question again?
Just center yourself. Just talk about why building, you know, in 1 minute. Talk to the people and just talk to them about, you know, why they should consider being authentic, expressing themselves, and getting connected one with another, building relationships outside of Sunday. Yeah.
It'll help you grow. Yeah. If you find your tribe, you find the people who are going to encourage you to be the best you. That's your job. That's what you were created to be, the best you. So show up, be you, find your purpose, and run on.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it.
I agree. Hey, ladies, I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for coming into the space tonight.
Thank you, Rev.
You all have been, man, this week has just been bananas. I mean, it really has. This week has just been like, I mean, bomb.com. It really has. It's really been awesome. And I'm so appreciative of you all saying yes. I really value each and every one of you. I'm so thankful for you all. And hey, let's just keep rocking. Let's go viral. Let's keep on pushing. Yes. All right. So you know, we always do a song. I'm gonna get out of the space. I'm gonna bring the song in, and then I'll come back and close us out if that's all right. Is that all right?
That's all right.
All right.
Wait, is it playing?
Sing it, baby.
No. Nope.
Oh wait, we're behind the scenes.
No. I can see it.
They can't hear us though.
I had 8%.
Oh, I heard it.
like a song to close out with. That was Ain't No Sunshine When She Gone. When she's gone.
That's a perfect song.
I love the energy tonight. Hey, listen, we are out of here. Hey, y'all make sure that y'all come back on tomorrow night. We're closing out on tomorrow night, and we're gonna have a conversation about being raised in church.
Oh,
and I think that's man, just gonna be such a wonderful conversation. I got Sister Lori coming in. Sister Lori wasn't raised in church, but then she decided to raise her children in church, and so I got Whitney coming in. I got Veronica coming in on tomorrow night. And then I got Rakia coming in on tomorrow night as well. We're gonna talk about children and raising children and church and all of that kind of stuff. And so I'm excited about it. Hey, ladies, we are out of here. Appreciate y'all so much. It's Way's word of the day. If this word has added value to your life, make sure that you text, tag, and tell somebody. Invite them into the space. We're here every night, 8 p.m., Monday through Friday. Yeah. I'm your host, Pastor R.D. Wade. We celebrate. Let's go. I'll talk to y'all real soon. Everybody be blessed.
all right.
Hey.
Have a good night.